Hey Bike, it's me Ian, and in today's video I'm continuing my look at classic Doctor Who, and we're doing the Fifth Doctor, played by Peter Davison, who does a brilliant job. So this is Enlightenment from 1983. Now previously we'd had Terminus, and the next one will be The King's Demon. So this is the 20th season, and this is the 5th story. It is effectively the last part of the Black Guardian trilogy. Now this was transmitted the 1st to the 9th of March 1983. It's written by Barbara Clegg, and she was the first woman. I found this quite unbelievable, really. The first woman to write a Doctor Who script. I would have thought we'd have had a woman before, but apparently not. And also, it was the only one she wrote. Now, it was directed by Fiona Cummings, who had previously directed Castrovalva, 1982, Snake Dance, 1983, and also she do Planet of Fire, 1984. The script editor is, of course, Eric Saywood, and it's produced by John Nathan Turner. This is a studio-bound story, no locations, and the music is by Malcolm Clark. The production did have a lot of problems in terms of the effects of the industrial action. And for instance, Peter Sallis, you know him as at the time of Last of the Summer Wine, he was cast, but because of the industrial action and the disruption, he couldn't do it. So they recast Keith Barron in the role. Anyhow, let's go through the cast as always. We've got Peter Davison playing the Fifth Doctor. We've got Janet Fielding playing Tegan. And we've got Mark Strickson as Turlough. Now, we've got Cyril Luckman, who plays the White Guardian. Previously, he was in the 1979 Tom Baker story, Rebus Operation. He had quite a career here. He was in Murder in Reverse, 1945. He was Stranger from Venus, 1954. So these are just some, not all of them, of what he was in. He was in The Birthday Present, 1957. Billy Budd, 1962. A Man for All Seasons, 1966. Award-winning, brilliant film. I love that one. He was also in Anne of the Thousand Days, 1969. Another brilliant historical drama. And also, it's just, you look and there's so many TV series and TV films he was involved in. Then we've, as I say, got Valentine Dill again, reprising the role of the Black Guardian. He's just got the voice, and he was so well known in terms of all the radio projects that he was involved in. Then we've got, say, Keith Barron, who plays Stryker. He goes back to 1969 in Baby Love. He was in The Man Who Had Power Over Women, 1970. He was in Nothing But the Night, 1973. He was in The Land That Time Forgot, oh yes, 1974. At the Earth's Core, 1976, brilliant film as well. Also, Voyage of the Damned, 1976, and just a lot of TV series and TV films. Then we've got Linda Barron, who played Rack. She was in The Small World of Sammy Lee, 1963. Great film, that one. She was in The Hands of the Ripper, 1971. Hammer classic, brilliant. She was in Yentl, 1983, Barbra Streisand film. She was in Scoop, 2006, and Dream Horse, 2020. And again, a lot of TV series and TV films. Then we've got Lee John, who plays Mansell. This fits into John Nathan Turner's ideas about promoting this program by getting people like Lee John, because Lee John was from the group Imagination. They were quite big. Well, when I say quite big, they had a few hits in that period of time, and he put him on here. To be honest, I didn't particularly like them. I didn't think they were very good at the time. I remember thinking, I don't like this, but they did well. I remember him on Top of the Pops, and that's it. Yes, so that is the cast. So what is this about? Well, it's really about these group who are godlike immortals. Yes, as you know, as you get in Doctor Who. And they're involved in this kind of race. They're they're a bit bored. They're always looking for things to do, and they're looking into mines and all this kind of thing. They're just bored. And what is happening is that there's these racing historical sailing vessels in space, which is quite a nice twist, actually. And these are crewed by humans who they've lifted out of their time and put them in there. And the winners of this race will gain Enlightenment. Yes, and that's the title of this story. And that they're all wanting to win it. These bored, godlike creatures, yes. Anyhow, the important thing in terms of Doctor Who is that this is the climax now with Turlough. He, of course, has been under the control of the Black Guardian, who wants to get rid of the Doctor. And he's not done a very good job so far. He's not been able to do it. But this time also we've now got the White Guardian appearing, which adds another dimension to the climax of the story in terms of Turlough. Turlough is struggling a lot, and he has to make, in the end, it all comes to a point where he has to choose and make big decisions. And I won't say any more, but you can guess. I think you might have an idea about the outcome of this in Doctor Who traditions. Turner, I've got to be honest, I'm still not, he's not a favourite character of mine. I really don't get on with him at all, really. You think maybe now he might improve because of him being freed, in the next coming stories. But it's just something. It's just how it is. You don't always like all the companions, and he's one that I just don't get on with, to be honest. Um, so generally, this story was quite well received. There were some people, I think, who quite rightly sort of said, well, some of these performances are a bit over the top. And they were, there was that pantomime element of really going at it. But I didn't mind that. It's Doctor Who, and sometimes actors go either two ways. They ham it up, go over the top, or they try and do a real serious take on the characters they're playing. It's just that we had a lot of that in this one. And Lee John as the guest pop star in his role, he was okay, you could say he wasn't bad, but he wasn't outstanding. Didn't really. Doing well here. We have Turlo and him in the same story, so I'm not off the keen. But I think a lot of people would say that this is the best of the three stories. Though not everybody, some people may not. But that was the opinion at the time of the critics as the writers, that this was the better of the stories, despite all the production problems. The costumes do look good. There's some good sets involved, particularly when you've got all these different time periods. That's bound to happen. Again, studio-bound story. It looks good, again, what they do in the studio. They're very creative, so you can't knock any of that. It does look good. Would I put it as one of my favourite Doctor Who stories? It's okay. Again, I'm saying, it's not. It's not my favourite Peter Davison story. No, this trilogy is, it's a good idea sometimes to try different story ideas, and doing a trilogy was a good idea, and particularly getting the Black Guardian involved was, I think, a good idea. I can't knock it for that, so I'm not going to be too harsh on this. And it's Peter Davison, and I even it's interesting. I may not always be as enthusiastic about some of the stories, but I love Peter Davison's performances. I think he's a great Doctor. I think he's very underrated, and people should appreciate him a lot more. He always gives a really good performance. I like his take on the Doctor. I think he's great. So I always, even if I'm not as keen on the story, I do love watching Peter Davison as the Doctor. And so that is a plus, isn't it? Definite plus. So that's what I think about it. It received a VHS release in 1993. And of course, DVD release was in 2009, as I'll just show you in a minute. The box set, and then of course we got the Blu-ray release in 2023 on the season 20 Doctor Who the collection, so it did get a Blu-ray release. So here is from this box set, here is the DVD. See that there, then the back there. And there's a very good documentary on here, which of course will be on the Blu-ray one as well, with even more extras. Interestingly, on this, it's a 2-disc edition. Now, on this, we've got the 4 parts, and then on this one, we have got all of them joined together creating one sort of special edit of the story altogether without the episode breaks. Yeah, I quite like that. But I get into the mode always of seeing Doctor Who in this as I'm reviewing it. It is in the 4 parts. Definitely, I do prefer seeing it like that because that's how Doctor Who was in this era. But it's very nice. I do like these DVDs, you know. And then, of course, you get a nice leaflet which gives you a little bit more information. Always good to have. And I'm going to say it's nice. The disc is nicely illustrated as well on there. Both discs and both all different illustrations at once, which is nice. So yeah, this is a really good DVD. And then of course I've got here. These are beautiful. I always love it. Well, you've seen it every week. I show it, but there we are, season 20. Beautiful. These editions. Wow, these are real treasures. All these are Blu-rays, and then there's more special features, of course, on here that they've done for this. It is just fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Love it, and that's it. I've gone on far too long. So if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, and then we'll let you know when I produce other videos. And if you look in the playlist, you can see all the previous Doctor Who stories I've reviewed. You also see that I do a lot of other things. I do a lot of film reviews. I also do TV shows as well, and sometimes a bit of music as well. Other things, just bits of things. Yeah, have a look and you might find something. So, if you like this video as well, please give the video a like. If you give the video a like, it gets it out to YouTube so other people might enjoy it. And it's good for the channel. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. And I'll always answer them. And that's it. So, all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.